what's happening right now is the price per pound, has dropped because we have all the different states that are really opening up. A lot of the traditional market, kind of like how you said, you don't like the word crop duster. We don't like the word black market anymore. It's called traditional market.
That was Jordan Thorn from 420kingdom.com. Be sure and check out 420kingdom.com. Okay, in today's show, we discuss the cannabis industry and where it is as of today. It's different from the 70s and where it's come. We talk about the state of the cannabis industry in the United States, Canada, and we discuss a little bit further about the effects of cannabis and cannabis products, THC versus CBD, and the different ways to consume it and acquire it.
Welcome back to the Our 2 Cents Podcast, the show where your local professionals sit down with an array of guests to hear their story and impart some wisdom for both business and life-improving skills. This is your place to hear business and community leaders discuss relevant topics that matter to you.
And welcome to the show today. My name is Dave Plivelich, and I'm here with Jon Slikker as my co-host. I interviewed Jon a while back. He's the aerial applicator. Notice I didn't say crop duster because I don't like that anymore. And today we've got Jordan Thorn from 420 Kingdom. But before we get into today's episode, I want to encourage our followers and listeners to listen to our previous episode with Jordan's wife, Jenna. And she's opening Absorb IV, an at-home IV hydration experience. Jordan, welcome back to the show. I know they interviewed you a while back. You were episode 81.
Yeah.
Take your word for it.
Yeah. Gotcha. Sounds good. Yep.
I went and he goes, well, can I have backstory? I'm like, well, no, you're going to be fresh asking the questions everybody want to know. I wanted to know because it's a follow-up interview. So I wanted to go back and find out what they talked to you about the first time, which was really interesting. And so I can't wait to get into today's topics with you. But one of the things that I've already talked to a couple people that I told them I was interviewing you, and a couple questions popped up was the state of the current industry as a whole. Before we jump into 420 Kingdom itself, I mean, one guy goes, hey, be sure and ask him. I mean, there's been a flood coming across the borders. There's been a lot of illegal grows. There's a lot of illegal guys, even in the state of California, that seem to be dissipating and going out of business. What's up with the industry?
Well, I will tell you that the government rigs it against you. They really, from a tax standpoint and stuff like that. And then what's happening right now is the price per pound, has dropped because we have all the different states that are really opening up. Yeah. And so, a lot of the traditional market, kind of like how you said, you don't like the word crop duster. We don't like the word black market anymore. It's called traditional market, right? The old school traditional market. Okay. So all that traditional flower starts staying here because it's not really going over, the legalization's happening kind of everywhere now. So a lot of the stuff is not being shipped out. So that's kind of driving the price per pound. But I mean, there was just a $100 million company that just went out of business, because I couldn't begin to tell you all the reasonings, but it's just
a legal company.
It was a legal company, and they were valued at about 2 years ago, almost $100 million.
Doesn't sound like Canopy, does it?
No. Like what?
Canopy growth doesn't rhyme with canopy growth. No, not them.
No, okay. No. But you're just seeing it happen all the time, and a lot of the companies are not vertically integrated. That's what's really hurting them, because they're paying that high distribution costs. They're outsourcing a lot of their services that they have to get done.
So this big company that went out of business, what were they? Were they mostly flour or what were they? Okay.
Yeah, they were mostly flour, and that's I think a part of it is growing too big too quick. I think that's what's kind of happened with a lot of these guys is they've grown too big too quick, and obviously, of course, like growing pains kind of come with that, and really a lot of people don't understand this, like where this industry is, it's honestly kind of fucked. Like if let's say you owned Honda dealership down in Bakersfield, and I walked up to you, Dave, and I said, hey, is it cool if I get this car? Give me net 15. Give me net 30, meaning I will come to you in 2 weeks and pay you for this car. Yeah. Or I'll come to you in 30 days and I'll pay you this car. You would look at me and be like, fucking kick rocks, right? But what's happening is people that are launching these brands, these flower brands, because the dispensary pretty much owns the market and there's not as many of them and there's more brands, basically what they do is they say, okay, yeah, Mr. Jordan, I'll give you a $10,000 order, for example, but I'll pay you in 30 days.
Ooh.
And that is happening. I mean, that is probably one of the biggest issues right now in the industry. And like, you couldn't do that with any other service. Like,
well, no, you can't do that with alcohol. You don't pay your alcohol bill or beer bill.
Yeah.
They shut you down. Your liquor license is gone.
And the problem is you have all these Tom, Dick, and Harrys that have no business acumen doing a freaking company, and they don't know how to do all these managing of net payments. And all of a sudden, in a snap of, because everything moves so fast in the industry when it comes, it's like milk, honestly. Like the amount of people buying cannabis and using it. And so it's, the recurring orders that happen. I mean, if you have a dispensary, I would say at minimum, you can't even start from an inventory standpoint with at least, you have to have at least 80K, like just to be maybe 5 in each category, in the edible, the flower, all that. Right. But yeah, it's just interesting, man, because it's like, I kind of look at guys sideways. I'm like, I don't even know who you are, for one. 2, we can't even we can run credit reporting on them, but because of some of the turnover that's been happening, it's kind of hard because a lot of them, they're like a brand new shop. They don't have credit, right? So it's like, okay, you have to like, okay, who backs you? You know, and at that point, it's like, why are you even asking me this? I'm just going to move on to the next brand.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you don't even get that show
So even trying to get personal guarantees, great. You really have no value. You're squeezing blood out of a rock at that point if you did have to go after them, chase down your money.
Yeah.
So how is it affecting you guys? I mean, because you guys are the legit stuff. I mean, listening to the last podcast, you're talking about, and I want to touch on this too, because, we said we're legal in California and other states are opening up now. What Oklahoma was getting ready to, and
New York is the biggest one.
New York. So that's the most recent one. Yeah.
And that's a huge one.
So I got a lot of questions for you. So with the legal part of it, again, you say legal and like in Kern County, Bakersfield said, yeah, okay. California says, yes, you can do recreational and blah, you can grow it, you can sell it. But Bakersfield, as far as the city goes, and you said what, Ridgecrest, Lancaster kind of went with Bakersfield and goes, well, not in our area. You can do it in Arvin, you can do it herever, or you can do delivery.
Yeah, because it's based on city ordinance.
Right.
Yeah, so Arvin's its own city. They legalized it. In the state of California, I can deliver to whoever I want.
Right.
It just obviously doesn't make sense for me to go all the way to San Diego for an eighth. Probably not.
Sure.
So, Kern County.
But the state says it's legal.
Yeah, the state says it's legal.
But the cities have the option.
And it's almost like, where was the disconnect on this?
Yeah. But what's that do for the banking part? Because banking wise, it's still federal issue. And didn't one of the banks just shut down that Signature or whatever? But they said some of that money was,
which one?
I think it was Signature out of New York, not Silicon Valley Bank. That one was a different story. That was more on the tech side of things. They were banking a lot of money, but I think the Signature Bank out of New York. But banking wise, that's still legal on the federal level. So how's that? Or do you want to talk about that?
It's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just
I just find it interesting.
Yeah, no, I mean, and to kind of go back to like the state of it, right? Like there's so much reform.
Yeah.
And that's what's been really interesting about this industry is that it's like really in retrospect to where like the prohibition days, we're still in the roaring 20s.
Okay.
From like getting it right, not, so it's such an infancy stage. And so you really have to have like a real level of adaptability when it comes to like new processes. Now, okay, we got to be compliant with this. And so it's just a constant thing. And so, yeah, man, the banking is definitely, we basically have credit. There's credit unions that you can use too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that being said, obviously part of this industry does need more regulation, to make products safer and everything, which you guys already do. You self-implement, and that's fantastic. But with those regulations that are being developed, the people help make those rules and those laws and those regulations, do they really know enough about the industry to make sound judgments? I mean, I see that a lot of times where you've got somebody making, it's like, with drones, with drone pilots. Okay, everyone can use a drone. Then they made a law, regulation, but now you have to have your FFA license. Well, you got one of those, right?
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah. John flies plane. So are you sure? Did you bring a copy with you? Do you have to carry that around? Or you just have it like
it's in my truck, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
But you have to have a license.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anybody that understands drones, and then they go, okay, we need your flight plan. If we're going out and take drone footage of a field, I ain't got a flight plan.
You're like, my 8-year-old is over here. Like, I just got this for Christmas, man. Like, this is like one of those, I need batteries for my toy that I'm like, oh shit. Like, I wanted to just experience this with my kid.
Well, once I'm out there, I mean, cause I produce videos and stuff for clients, corporate videos, but when we get out there, I mean, we'll get out there and go, oh, you know what? It'd be cool to have something from this angle, or can you fly that drone come through this way?
It completely levels it up.
Flight plan together. And so the idiot that made that rule that you got to have a flight plan, obviously he has no clue how things really work. So back to my question, because I bring it back around there. See how I did that?
I see how you do that.
The people making the regulations and kind of the governing body on all this, do they really understand your industry and what is really taking place?
Interesting enough, yes, I do think they understand it.
All right.
I think what they're doing is absolutely deliberate.
Okay.
But the nice thing is again, there's so much reform. Like we just had, they just came out with a tax break on. I mean, the way that they were taxing when it went from like cultivation to delivery or distribution to distribution, like at a wholesale level, I go and I send it to another distribution so they can maybe put it in their retail. I mean, the way that they were taxing that was insane. Okay. And so now they finally relieved that like completely.
Okay.
So they are actively, I mean, that's the thing now is because of that's why we're doing a podcast. That's why stuff gets out, right? Yeah, and so this is what happens. And there's so many things that are happening when it comes to the level of activism, the drive to kind of change it is now bigger than it's out of their control, honestly. Yeah. Like, so now they're just figuring it out to like, okay, now they're pushing a lot of things through that are making a lot more sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think what also you're probably experiencing, like I'm experiencing in my industry, is combating the negative connotation of what it is you're doing or selling versus what I do or sell. Like it's bad to spray chemicals on fields but you're protecting them. Right. Like people don't understand that sometimes. So, but what you're doing, and I've totally new to this whole industry, so I'm looking at your website, and I'm learning as much as I can in a short amount of
Dude,
time.
I thought you were watching kitten videos over there. Okay.
Yeah, no, right, cool.
You're good. You're actually involved in this conversation.
Feel free to also ask just whatever customers are feeling and like whatever, just let it fly, let it flow.
Well, because I listened to the previous one, part of your big drive back then was definitely the education part. It's like, hey, John asked what to wear today, and he was going to wear a tie-dye shirt and flip-flops. And I said, dude, no, it's not like that anymore. So he decided not to. But
I like that
have you guys been overcoming
reference.
that? I mean, you guys have been doing a good job.
Yeah.
At the last podcast, you mentioned about putting maybe a guide or something on your website. Do you guys do that to kind of let you know?
Well, what we've done is more like description-based stuff. Okay. A lot of people love
color-coded.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Like indica, sativa, hybrid.
Yeah, so I think
but sativa, like a mouse, like what to expect if I take 2 milligrams compared to 5.
We didn't do that, but I
still need to do that.
Yeah, but that's on a packaging level, I think.
Okay.
Well, I noticed like hybrid is green, like a circle with half green and half white. But sativa versus indica, sativa, maybe that's like more exciting.
For our listeners at home getting ready to bite into one of these, hybrid means a little bit of sativa and a little bit of indica. What's the difference between sativa and indica?
Well, an indica is more like body and you'll be on the couch. Like you just kind of want to really chill out. Like that's what most people, and then sativa can be like, I still have a pretty productive day that I have to get done. Yeah. Like I don't want to feel that way. So it's more, just kind of like, it would say upper.
So I would say.
So a hybrid is, I want to sit on my couch, but I also want to get up and do something. So
it's a good balance.
I want the option.
It's a good balance.
I want the option.
And you're really not sure which way it's gonna go or which way you end up.
So I kind of get the color coding of the products. So indica is obviously blue background, 3/4 of background, but has the white part is like in the shape of a moon. I feel like that's, I'm looking at that.
What product are you looking at?
Well, so I didn't know what flower was. So I went to that part.
Do you know now?
Hey, I kind of like that you chose him.
Oh no,
that was a great choice because
he
gives you like that perfect like open skein. I don't know.
I mean, you need more customers. Here we go.
Exactly. Well, that's why I told him don't listen to the previous podcast because I need you to come in with a blank slate, going what our listeners are wanting to ask. You're here to ask.
I'm here.
Yeah, literally. That's freaking awesome.
Okay, so one more thing. Because 1/8 of an ounce, right? I'm used to hearing kilos on
Dang, you pushing that way back in the day, huh? Yeah,
HBO.
you were. You were. Hey, was he that? He was the one in high school.
He does fly a plane, remember?
No, I'm just kidding.
He's got a low flying plane. There's a reason why we named that last podcast a low flying plane there, buddy.
Just for the record, I don't do anything.
Flight. Have you ever seen the Denzel Washington movie Flight where he flips the plane upside down?
Probably took indica.
Probably. Oh my God. All right. What other questions do you have? Ask more questions.
Well, no, that was just my overall. Your industry is going through the same thing that mine is, a negative connotation towards your product that you're trying to educate people and highlight as a good thing or a healing thing. I guess I'm just highlighting the similarity that multiple industries go through.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean it's a game of attrition, I feel.
Well, and it's also, I feel like the more you educate, the more people are open to it, because I have no education in any of this. It's all been taught to me like that's bad. You don't need any of this. It's a gateway, right?
Well, that's pharmaceutical companies telling you don't do this for pain. Use this product instead. That we're going to charge you all this money for, and you're going to have bad side effects and everything else.
Right. So
that's what we call 80 years of propaganda.
Right.
With how bad, like alcohol is terrible for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my God. It if you take it to a level where, a lot of people drinking heavy and man, it's terrible.
Oh my God. You guys sell Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Oh, okay.
Lemon?
See, I feel like this is, in my opinion, the next new
drinkables
wave. To really kind of push for the openness and modernization, because this is basically it's a PBR, which we all are familiar with. PBR.
I've got a can of that in my fridge that I got at a golf tournament from you guys, and I just haven't opened it yet. So, yeah. And
it tastes like an actual just seltzer. And with the tint of some, it's because it's de-alkalized.
So again, being on it's not federally legal yet. How does Pabst Blue Ribbon get away with doing this? They obviously do.
Yeah, no, they do.
What other big brand companies are out there doing this? I mean, I've heard Diageo's looking into products. There's other big companies looking into pulling it into their line of products.
Yeah. I mean, it's just opening up more and more, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So, I mean, I know there's been a lot of talk, a few years ago. Is this something that RJ Reynolds is probably going to get into? Is Walmart? I mean, you think that'll eventually happen?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
But
like you said, it's like prohibition, right? You couldn't find, you're going to find this on shelves as we age. So, but we're in the 2020s right now, so I think give it 80 years.
But I think
hey, what a trip that's actually 100 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. When it really, in the 20s, right? What we're going through.
Yeah.
It's been 100 years.
So I think, again, a lot of the stereotypical stuff, and people remember the 60s and the 70s, and when someone goes, oh, weed, blah, they don't understand the level of product that's out there, the high quality, the thought and the science behind the different varieties that are out there now. I mean, it's just it's on a whole nother level.
Yeah,
that can't even be compared.
I have an old Durr book, and it's like, I probably shouldn't bring it up because I can't remember it. So my viewers are asking about it.
I don't know.
But anyways, and that book is already outdated, and it's only like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it's completely outdated.
Wow. But so if somebody's looking to get into this, I mean, going to, where do they go now? I mean, that's kind of the downside of not having dispensaries here in the city, because you can't go talk to someone and go, this is what I'm looking for. This is, I went to one once, and that's what he did. What do you want to sleep better? You want a little bit more energy or focus? Or let us know, and we've got that strain for you. It's not just here, give me that one.
And that book was strains, and now there's so many that are like actually like some people are like they go after the Girl Scout cookie strain because that helps them in so many different ways with the different terpene profiles. Like people always think it's the THC,
right?
It's really not. The terpene profile is where you can get, like limonene, which helps and promotes, certain things and like sleep ones. And it's all about the terpene profile.
Okay.
Menzanine and all those things. So it's interesting because, that's really the stuff that fuels, and like when you smell it, it's real good. But it's interesting because a lot of people aren't really known to all the different healing and things that are involved with it. And it has exploded. A lot of people that like, we had a guy call us, like, it was literally like 3 days ago. And he's like, I just retired. I have not smoked in 35 years and was like, I'm retired. Like, what do you recommend? And we were like kind of going through it. And he was like, what? Like he was in that prehistoric, like maybe you pay $10 and get like, a little Ziploc bag, back in the day. Yeah. So then when he saw it now, he was like, what? I mean, just like you're going over there. PBR. Like that's, I mean, and that's where the next wave is, because it's more consumable. You can bring a 6-pack of that to an event, and a lot of people just maybe don't drink, and maybe they do cannabis or whatever. Yeah. And they can pop one in for like a 4-hour span and just hold on to that all night on the rocks.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the packaging of the pre-rolls, and you always used to,
what's a pre-roll?
Well, so I'm assuming it's something you smoke.
Okay.
I don't know if
someone else has rolled it for you as opposed to you buying it and you getting paid for it.
Good luck me rolling it, right? So everything's so flashy and fun looking, right? Yeah. So I'm used to, like, if you're gonna smoke a blunt, haven't done that.
Okay.
But, and I keep saying that, but those are ugly, but these are pretty, like.
Well, again,
and obviously the THC, but what does terpene mean? Because I have no idea what that means. But I see it listed on here. So I see on here it says THC.
You're going to ask a question. You have to wait for the answer.
I'm sorry. I was going to add to it.
I'll get to it. No. Add to it.
Yeah, because you talk about terpene, but then you list the THC percentage, and I'm looking at it like, oh well. THC 33.93 sounds way better than 24.2. Why would I choose one versus the other?
Agreed. And that's, in my opinion, like, okay, don't get me wrong. The higher the THC, the chances of you getting higher, like, it is quality, right? Okay. So, but the real people that are, like he's saying, really diving into the science behind it, they get into the terpene profile. Like THC is a big part of it, right? But like it's not the defining like thing in my eyes where that makes it a quality flower.
Gotcha. I just look like how it's like going into a cigar shop, right? Okay. You look at all these cigars, and I guess it's like the same thing. You have to smoke them, or you have to partake in them to try out which profile you like more. Yeah. It's the same thing. It has to be. Because I can walk into a cigar store now and see, like, oh, I think that one's going to be great, or that one doesn't look so good. It just, is there a way that helps people find that better one online? That better quality?
Yeah. So the good thing, well, I don't know. Yeah, you can filter it. like there's different ways to filter in the system. So you can do like 420 Kingdom, or like if you like a specific brand, and then you can do like price range and stuff too.
Yeah, like, you guys have like an online chat. I mean, are customers able to ask you guys questions?
And we have a live dispatch too, so they can call in at any time.
Oh, cool. So, if someone's looking for the first time, or even if they've done it before, they got questions about different strains or different stuff you're showcasing on there. That's excellent.
I feel like it's really dialed in too. Like a lot of people, the software out there is pretty intuitive now. So it's designed for people, with ease and stuff. And I mean, it's interesting.
So, again, I got so many questions for you. So one of the things you talked about last time, when you guys have membership and non-membership still, or is it all just open to 21 and older, show your ID, prove who you are, and you're good?
Yeah, so it's 21.
Okay, and older.
You always show your ID no matter what.
Okay.
But if you're 18, you can have a med card.
Okay. What's the membership thing? You guys still offer a membership with 420 Kingdom?
You mean like a loyalty program?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a loyalty program out there. We're actually coming out with an app.
Oh, yeah?
So we're going to have an app soon. That's going to be cool.
Well, what's that going to do?
That's basically going to handle all your orders, check your loyalty points, a way for you to share with your wallet, like a, code and everything. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting. The app's going to be really cool, I feel, with a lot of people.
So, again, I'm going to jump around all over the place. How much you guys grown since, because you were in here February of 2021, episode 81, like I said, in case anybody wants to go check that out. How you guys, I think just in January, gotten in Ridgecast, Lancaster.
No, that's correct. Yeah.
So where are you guys at now? Where have you come since February of 2021?
So we have well into the almost 100 employees.
Wow.
Range. So it's like doing that, slowly expanding. And I need to drink some water real quick.
Oh yeah, no problem. Steven, we're taking a water break. Okay, everyone's taking a water break.
And then after the water break, oh my God, I just found something cool. I don't know what it is, but
you want to say action? Are you ready to start talking again? Are you good with the water? Are you going to drink some water? You probably should drink some water.
I've been drinking some water.
Okay.
Action.
No. Not action. He's not allowed to say action. Steven, that was his voice. He's not allowed to say action. All right, ready? And action.
Okay, so concentrates. No clue what those are. I keep saying that. I have no clue.
It's fine. Because there's a lot of people listening right now, John. They're going, I've got no clue about any of this, and I want to know.
How on earth do you use concentrates? Like just...
So you have like a special, like, have you ever seen a bong?
Yeah.
Very similar to that. They look almost identical, but it's just a different, like, basically, like.
Oh, you use it that way.
Like there's a different basic, like, what do you call it? The thing that you put into the bong. Like, there's like, anywhere where you put your weed and you hit a bong.
Okay.
It's just a different method. And then you squeeze it on there and you put a torch, but it's basically the extracted version of what you would smoke.
Which is why it's higher in THC.
Yeah.
Because they're basically, is it like a wax or something?
It's like a wax, a crumble, a butter, like, something like that. But a lot of people, they don't really necessarily like do it with the bong. They can just roll it and then you lay it and then they can roll it like in a joint and just smoke it like that.
Oh, no kidding.
Or you can just buy it on our website, Malibu, and all the other different pre-rolls that are infused already. So it's up to you.
Okay. So even that's already pre-rolled. You can get that.
Yeah. Like,
what do you guys sell the most of? I think last time on the podcast, you guys have mentioned majority is flower. Is that still the case?
I love that you asked that, because this is the first time I've seen a shift. So vape pens is what we're selling more of right now. Yeah.
I don't like vape pens. I used to smoke cigarettes.
And
one of the ways to quit, I started vape pens, and I just don't like vape.
Well, I don't know, because I think the concentrates would be cool, because like I'm thinking like if my wife got mad at me, she could just like get a handful and just slap it on my arm or something because she's mad, and then all of a sudden she's gonna see me freak out.
It's definitely not like that.
Okay.
For those at home worrying about that, you don't have to worry about that. Thanks for addressing that, though, because there's people at home that are probably sitting there going, God, I hope I don't touch my skin with it. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
this is good. This is good. He's asking all the right questions, I tell you.
I love it.
All right. Good. Do you have any more?
I need water.
We just had a water break and he didn't take it.
Well,
all right. While he's
about
taking
5
a
minutes,
water
we're
break,
like pee break.
while he's taking a water break, I'll continue with a question. The difference between THC. So you guys at 420 Kingdom, 420kingdom.com, I assume.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Do you primarily sell THC or do you sell THC and CBD?
We have stuff that has CBD in it,
but not
CBD based.
Okay.
Not CBD based. No.
CBD based you can get pretty much anywhere. I mean, chiropractors are selling CBD now over the counter.
Yeah.
With CBD, what's the difference between THC and CBD? And I think I know what you're going to say because I've heard you say this answer before, and I want to disagree. But go ahead.
Well, you can just repeat it. Go ahead.
Difference between THC and CBD. What's that?
So the difference between CBD and THC is that CBD doesn't have like the psychoactive part of THC to get you high, like or experience any type of euphoric, like where it feels any level of high.
Gotcha. And CBD, you don't get that.
CBD, yeah, you don't get that.
Okay, but I have talked to people that have done CBD edibles, and they said they felt something. I mean, they definitely didn't feel like they felt something. So what is that? I mean, that's not really.
I'd be interested to know where she got it. You know, I definitely have to
because that tells you there might be some THC and they didn't know that.
Well, so that's what happens. A lot of times we have customers, they'll call us and they'll say that like they haven't experienced, you know, edibles in a really bad way unless it's with some random like black market shop. So what happens in the edible industry is that you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
So it could be, they say it's CBD. I just literally interviewed a girl recently and she said that she went to a shop here locally. She bought what she thought was a CBD thing and it wasn't. Okay. And it ended up being almost 25 milligrams straight to the dome. And she was like, not prepared for it.
Yeah. And then bad experience.
This is literally of 2 days ago that someone that I interviewed.
Okay. Well, and again, that bad experience can ruin it for somebody, you know, talking to people that are experienced in it. And when you mention, hey, have you ever tried THC before or cannabis? And they're like, oh yeah, no, I won't do that. As soon as you see them react like that, you know immediately you took too much. How much you take, and were you drinking? What led up to that amount that you took?
Peer pressure.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that, but well, maybe.
Okay, but no.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, somebody goes, you know, well, look, here's some gummies, and somebody grabs one and pops it in before you get finished. Going, oh, have you ever done this before? You might want to take a quarter of that. After they've already just popped that thing in, and they're on for the ride at this point. Sit down. We're going to get this together. No, you're not going to need to call the hospital. We're good. Yeah. I guess that's part of one thing I want to be clear on into our listeners. If you ever get exposed to this and you want to try this, can't stress enough. I know, Jordan, you will back it up. Start out small. Start out small. I mean, even people that have experience with this and have done it before, if they're trying a new product, they know better. Start out small. You can always add to it, but you can't undo it. Like you said, you just have to ride this thing out a little bit. Well, your last podcast, you said a dude had done that with a tincture, I guess, and just the whole load.
It was, I mean, there's this girl, like artist that does these amazing, like artistic pre-rolls. Yeah. She made a 3,000 gram Baby Yoda pre-roll, smokable. 3,000 grams.
Oh, that's Cheech and Chong level there. And we're trying to change the image.
We're trying to change it. This is not good.
I still want to hear the end of it. So what, a Baby Yoda?
And she just literally like carries it around. She like It's never been smoked, and it just follows her around.
It's kind of like a really big bottle of Dom Perignon. You're just waiting for that right moment to bring that out. So it'll probably rot and be no good by the time you're
guaranteed,
ready for it.
After you smoke the Baby Yoda, you're going to feel the force.
Facts.
You saw that softball. Huh?
I got to take it where I can get them because I'm struggling to keep up.
All right. Hey, Canada is huge in the industry. Where are they at right now? I mean, are they still a big Canada, the country?
It's okay. We're way beyond Canada.
No, I mean, their laws are much different up there. They've got big grows. I mean, they're really putting a lot of effort into it. Yeah. You know, or do we deal with their product coming to the United States, or do you guys get product from them? I mean, what are they doing?
Everything on the legal market is it's here. We can't go really anywhere else. There are now states where opening up like MSOs, so multi-state operations. Okay. You know, they have maybe 3 to 4 different states, you know, on a business level. So are
you guys able to sell 420 branded products?
I could absolutely license our blueprint to a company and charge them. You know, if you're in Oklahoma and you call us and you're like, hey, like you guys were a successful delivery, maybe we can do some type of licensing deal where we, you know, they basically use our blueprint, you know, other than that, or you can go multi-state operator, which people do that too.
So, but like the proprietary products you guys are making, if there's a dispensary in San Diego or over on the coast, are they allowed to sell your product?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you guys got cool packaging, you know. For one, you got cool packaging. It's not your stereotypical, you know.
No, this is a really cool line.
You see product out there, and
did you see the King Zero line? It's like a gold one with a lion on it.
No. Well, maybe.
What I see out of a lot of dispensaries, especially the ones that were here in Bakersfield before they closed, is it doesn't make the average person feel comfortable walking into. I mean, you know, and no offense, I like rap music in its place, but when I walk into a place like that, you don't want to. I don't know. It's just a different vibe. I mean, I don't know why they put that image out there, because it's not really opening up to a larger demographic, which they have the opportunity to do. You know what I'm saying?
You talk about like the Green Goblin with the horns coming out with the gas mask. What?
Yeah. So you do have the option to buy that product, but
but I mean like that.
But that's how their retail shop would be totally decorated, and you're walking in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird.
And they got, you know, Bob Marley, you know, album going on. I mean, it's not. They don't open it up to. I think you guys make this seem to be more widely accepted and friendlier and comfortable. Your deliveries, you guys are still doing on delivery. How many vans you guys got now? I think you had 8 when we talked to you last.
I think we have like 12 right now.
12? Oh, that's good.
I'm just by the packaging and the logo, even just scrolling through. I mean, I'm obviously going to skip the Green Goblin head guys and the blue, but I go for, like, my eye just goes towards the lion.
Yeah.
And I know if I got into it, I could have that on the countertop and not be like,
yeah. Well, I mean, we were brought samples today. You look at this packaging, and it's got like graffiti paint on it and stuff. I mean, the classier look, the more, I don't know. I think your guys' branding is really spot on. I mean, I really appreciate your branding, and
thank you.
And I think with people receiving the product for the first time, they feel comfortable. You know, they feel assured that they're getting a good quality product, and it's not. It's just more upscale. It's more upscale.
I think that comes with the customer experience, you know?
Yeah.
Like
it does.
It's from start to finish, right? Was the software seamless? Was it a great experience for yourself when we showed up, you know, and we really assisted you how, you know, and
well, even the people that are trying this for the very first time, them being able to call you and not feel stupid. And it's like, look, no, we want your call. We want to talk to you and guide you through this. And so I think that's just a great way to approach and really grow your business to get. I think a lot more people should be doing this as opposed to other things they have been doing, you know. So again, if somebody wants to reach out to you, it's 420kingdom.com. First timer that just doesn't even want to get on the website, or maybe is not very internet savvy. Do they call you? They can talk. You're going to talk to a human. They can ask questions, and you can get them all set up and guided through there.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm just letting you know, though.
Well, what's the phone number there, real quick, while we're
661-777-KING.
777-KING for those with a rotary phone.
5464.
5464. Okay, thank you. 661-777-KING, which is very cool. KING, which translates to 661-777-5464. Awesome. You guys still got billboards up and around?
We do.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, what I was going to say was, even if you're not tech savvy, this website is really easy.
User friendly.
Really, really easy to navigate.
And you can use it on your phone, but once you guys have the app, it'll be even much easier.
It'll be even easier. Yeah.
But yeah, until that app comes out, you can go to that website. It's mobile friendly.
Yeah, it looks nice too. I don't feel intimidated by surfing it.
And we encourage people to, once they get their product, they can review a lot of the products that we have. So I'm really like kind of putting it into their hands.
So it's good. Let's say some of your customers right now that may be listening to this encourage you to go leave a good review, because you're helping educate other people that may be coming for the first time, and your review can help answer a lot of their questions.
Yeah, and if it's
awesome.
And if it's constructive, and most of it is, it's like, let's all work together.
Yeah.
There's
so
we've
many
always
people out
encouraged
there that should be doing this.
From day one, the level of grow that it's been happening is just, from like a quality standpoint, is amazing.
Yeah.
Because of the feedback that we put on there, like, hey, how's our flower rated? Boom. We had all these different rate us. And that gave us some real help to like, okay, this is what they want, and getting better on it. And so, we always encourage like people to give us feedback.
Okay. So I guess, I don't know if it's hard hitting or not, or how do I know what I'm getting in your products is quality? Like, where did you get it from? Like, are you growing it yourself, or see, I should have listened to the first podcast.
The 420.
No, this is good.
The 420 Kingdom one. Yes, we grow all that.
You grow all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talk about that in the first podcast. So we do encourage our listeners to go listen to that first podcast. Yeah. But those that are too lazy, that might have done indica and sit on the couch not wanting to listen to podcasts, go back and listen. We're listening to this one. Okay.
So,
did he get a chance to answer the question?
No, please.
Right.
Answer.
Go ahead. Answer the question. So
he did answer. He did answer. He did. He said he grows it himself.
Next question is, how do you guys grow? Do you guys do something unique the way you grow it?
We do. We do not use soil.
Oh, hydroponic?
Aeroponic.
Aeroponic. Oh, that's cool. I've never heard of that. What is that?
It's basically free hanging roots.
Oh,
hang into
like the little air plants you can get in Mexico.
Celery used to, the celery business used it.
Oh, okay, cool.
See?
I learned something new.
Perfect. How much edible products you guys make?
So we outsource that.
Okay.
Yeah, we just send it off to an extractor.
All right. So when we talk about edible products, what's that mean? Are we talking cookies, brownies,
gummies?
Is grandma making it or
no?
Okay.
It's all licensed, tested.
Yeah.
That's good.
Stuff's done the proper place.
The stuff you'd be amazed.
Right.
The stuff that they test for is like, they don't even test for in baby food. Like, that's how strict the testing is there. So it's like, it's just a premature stage, but it's good because it forces us to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good.
But in the products you're getting on, you vet those companies. So like if somebody's making cookies, they're doing it with the same standards if they be making a cookie anyplace else. Again, back to the question. What different types of edibles do you guys offer? So if somebody's just assuming, but no, I mean, people like you do guys brownies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sometimes in the winter, we'll do like brownies, Rice Krispies, something like that.
Yeah, do cookies.
We've done cookies before,
Obviously, gummies are very, very, very popular. That's probably the main thing.
The main thing.
And you mentioned mints, I think, in your last interview.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys do peppermint bark.
What is peppermint bark?
That's a good one. Classic during Christmas.
What
Oh my goodness.
is that? What is show me?
So I think
can't
it's
see your screen.
I think it's more like it looks like a peppermint candy. So it's
That
a hard
looks like
candy.
that'd be a cool freaking Christmas gift. But you do want to caveat that when you give it to grandma the first time, right?
Yeah.
Grandma, here, you're gonna like this.
Make sure you keep it out of kids'
But
hands.
see, look at that. That's
Kiva.
classic.
Yeah, that's nice. See, that makes me
that's Kiva,
packaging, right? That packaging makes me look like.
So I'm asking a dumb question now. That probably is very popular during Christmas as Christmas gifts. Then
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, and so mints. The reason I keep bringing up that, I think for people that may be wanting to try for this very first time, the amount is very small. So it's not like you're going to, your
It's
first
micro.
time out of the gate taking 5 or 10. It's considered micro.
Yeah.
And so you got a nice
even
little
if
effect.
even if it's a 2 milligram, you break that into a 1.
If that's how you want to start. Cool.
Yeah.
So this says 100 milligrams. Is that 100 candies?
So it's basically 10 milligrams in squares
Okay.
that are, and then you basically can cut it. So if you cut one or like break a piece off like you would like a Kit Kat,
Yeah.
like you just know that's 10 milligram.
Oh, okay.
So how many pieces are in there, John? See if you just did the math while we were talking. I know it's not. How many pieces is that?
I'm not answering that question.
10 milligram squares. It's 100 milligrams total.
It's 10.
Perfect. All right. Anyways, this is why it's good to start out with little baby mints, right? Because mints can be small, 2.5. So if somebody takes a mint, what do you think they will feel, and for how long would they have that feeling of it, the effect of it happening?
I would say probably 2 hours.
All right. And then so as you bump up, so like a gummy that may be 10 milligrams, if you took half of that 5, you're talking about a 3-4 hour experience for somebody?
Slightly, yeah.
Okay.
Could be, yeah,
All right.
a little bit more. So it just depends on.
I'm just thinking about those first time people
depends
that,
on-
hey, where am I going to do this? When I'm going to try this in my living room, and am I okay? Am I going to need a guide? You can probably do this without.
No.
Some spiritual guide
Exactly.
in a TV in the backyard.
Exactly. You can do this without a guide. It's something that I encourage that people try. At least give it a shot. Call 420 Kingdom. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, and it doesn't really matter your age as long as you're 21 and older or 18 and 21 with a medical card.
Obviously, there's a lot of. I'm asking all the dumb questions, so
They're not dumb questions. These are great.
no,
questions.
I know, but I mean, I feel like they're dumb, but
No,
I
I'm
don't
enjoying
know
it.
them. So I
You know,
feel
we've
like I'm
only been
asking a
talking
lot
for-
of questions that other
We've only
people
been
would
talking
ask.
for 10 minutes.
That's it. That's it.
No.
All right. So another cool product it looks like is the Sleep Little Helper mints,
Yeah.
and only 2 milligrams THC and 1 milligram melatonin. Is that better than the straight melatonin tab you get over the counter?
It's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
But the THC is going to help mellow you out a little bit more.
Agreed.
And probably sleep better.
Sleep
Yeah.
better with less hard of a wake up kind of deal.
Yeah. Because with melatonin, you take too much melatonin, you can have vivid dreams and not actually really sleep very well at all. You can have a reverse effect.
Right.
Plus, there's other side effects of melatonin that you don't get from this. That's a great little product for someone to
And
start out with and try and see if they like. Yeah.
Moms that are tired,
Yeah.
definitely. Sorry, I'm thinking about these things.
No, this is good. This is good.
Okay, I'm still surfing. I'm already used to sipping on alcohol.
They're not infusing this in wine or anything yet, right? Anybody
I really
experiment
haven't
with
seen
that?
anything. No, I haven't seen anything like that really.
Niche market right there.
Yeah. Could be. Could be.
No,
You got more questions here?
Did you run out of content
Hey,
already?
do you know the story between like
No, I
Dave
want to
and-
get back into industry. Yeah, okay, ask that question, but I want to talk more about the industry as a whole, where it's going. Go ahead. The story about what?
What is the story?
I've known this guy. How when did you meet me?
Oh, man,
How old was
dude. I met your dad in 1999 when I first started my company 25 years ago.
So I'd have been 9.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've known this guy for a long time.
Yeah. I've known Dave for probably 1 year now.
Yeah, about that.
Best friends ever since.
Yeah.
Since day one.
That's what I like about this fucking community, dude. It's fucking cool. Yeah, watching you guys grow up. So, yeah, dude, I mean, because met your dad. I became one of his first customers with ESG. Ended up being one of his longest customers. Ended up having our office space next to each other on Coffee Road. And, you and your brother, long time watching these kids grow up. You done good, dude. So you like what you?
I got 4 kids too.
Oh, wow.
Well, the last interview you just had the 4th one.
Did I? Yeah, that would have been. When did I do the last one?
2 years ago, 21.
Oh yeah, we just had her, and now she's like, it's incredible. Like it's like almost basic, just survival at this point.
Yeah.
Like the interpersonalities between 6 kids and 6 people in the family is just so like overwhelming at times. But then you're just like, okay, we're just suiting up, showing up. We're gonna figure it out, and we all just go. Because it's like 4 kids is like we're on a mission.
Yeah. Well, but you guys have very active lives and active careers. I mean, you guys got the new company starting. You're vice president of sales for 420 Kingdom.
Oh no! I don't do any of the sales.
Oh,
yeah.
What do you oversee now?
I'm doing more delivery stuff right now.
Okay. All right.
I started delivery. Now I'm kind of help build out sales, and now I'm back doing delivery. And so because I like being in the community.
Yeah.
When I'm out on the road, it's not me. I don't like to be out on the road.
Well, and the cool thing too is you get to talk to people about this. That's what I freaking dig.
So
and they're in my community.
Yeah.
So what do you do as far as sales, other than obviously the website? Do you have a storefront or
no storefront?
So what do you do to add to the sales?
We have our own brand and we have our own cultivation. So we're vertically integrated. We have a micro business license. So it basically has 4 or 5 licenses in that, and it's called a C12. And so we grow it. We can walk 15 feet, put it on our van and sell it. Wow. So it's really like completely full circle.
So the others that are failing, like you were saying earlier, aren't vertically oriented like yourself.
Yeah, I would say there's definitely an advantage to be vertically integrated for sure.
Yeah. The ups and downs. I mean, like you said, being before flower was outweighing and now it's edible. So
if you're an only flower brand or you're an only, that's it. Like,
diversification.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what are your, how much you guys growing as far as clientele? You'll have to talk about how many how many customers you have.
Yeah.
No, how many customers do you guys have that are ordering from you regularly? Or what would you say that growth has been since February of 2021?
It's been steady. So there was always a natural decline when you see kind of the flower flip so quick, from vape pen to that. So like, but no, we just have a loyal following, man.
Yeah.
So the growth has been steady, and we're increasing, and we're doing a lot of new things. So that's why I really want to be in the community to start talking about it more.
Well, getting on the podcast and getting just more exposure for that. Oh, yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's about freaking time. I mean, when I moved to California, I had a vision when I was a kid moving to California, what California was going to be like. I thought it would be more open to this, and it feels like now they're finally catching up to themselves and going,
Well, I think it was always open. It was just taboo. Kind of still is, but I mean, you're breaking that.
Oh yeah, totally breaking that mold.
Yeah. So I mean, it's even opened up my mind just talking about it here. Like, maybe it's not something bad to try. It's not. Maybe it isn't that gateway to all the other stuff that's going to ruin your life.
Yeah.
Where you're teaching people it actually can help heal and make you.
Again, it's overcoming those assumptions and asinine knowledge. I mean, there's people out there with just simply bad information, making assumptions on their own. It's like not good. So again, this is I love the success of this, man. I love what you're doing. I love how you've grown up and the man you become, dude. That's
Thank you, man.
awesome. And
I really appreciate that, man.
parent. So, you know, you got to
At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we're just on this journey together. You know, we're all just, you know, working hard for what we have, you know, in our family. So.
All right. So for everybody listening, again, go back and listen to Jordan's wife talk about their new business. And one last time, dude, how do people, well, no, we forgot the rapid fire questions. Steven, we almost forgot the rapid fire questions.
Hit it. Let's go. Rapid fire.
Action. And well, then we want to get to how people get a hold of you guys, your Instagram handles, all that stuff. Okay. Rapid fire question. They did those for you last time.
I wouldn't know. I didn't listen to that one.
No, these are good. I don't think you did. If you got this question before, let me know. Okay, if you could turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself that life is a game of attrition, and it's a game of being a part of something greater than yourself. Look at that.
Dude, that's a great one, dude. Great one. You want to ask the next one?
I don't know what you have written down there.
Well, I want to hand you the paper and you can read it. Ready?
I feel like I should not have notes.
You got to ask this. You got to ask this question at your interview. This is why it's important.
Dave, sometimes I forget. You can literally just tell the guy like, "Hey, all right, obviously we're not filming or cut this." So there's like some of these like balances sometimes where you're like, "Okay, cool." Like,
Steven loves listening to our interviews because we get off on tangents and we're okay with that. All right. The last one that he had to edit, oh my God. Me and him, when I interviewed him, he's like, oh, he did a hell of a job. Could we do these long pauses?
I was heavily edited.
All right. Okay, you're going to ask the question?
Yeah,
so here's the rapid fire question.
Are you asking me to ask this one because that's what you asked me and you like that? Okay. If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Family.
All right.
Bitchin', dude. And yours was?
To have what was it?
Be remembered for something.
To be remembered. Yeah. Like a big gathering at the end of everything. The memorial would be so massive.
And that is very easy to do through family, dude. Great answer, man.
Mm-hmm. It's all the answers.
All right.
Yeah.
You're being asked this one because the last time they asked you a question, what would you rather have? If you could have one of three things, health, wealth, or what was the third one? Do you remember? Anyways, you missed the first part of the question. And you said money because money could get you, not health, money could get you,
are you talking about from the last episode?
Yeah. Well,
dude, maybe I should have watched
the rapid fire. Oh, damn. All right. Now the listeners are going to have to go listen to that. Okay. So back to this. If you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
If I won what?
$10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
I'd probably invest into the kids here, like for like some youth stuff. Yeah. I have a nonprofit right now.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
So I have a nonprofit where I just basically, train kids and kind of expand the whole like soccer. Because I've been playing soccer for my whole life.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
Dude.
So and we have a club now. Like we started a club, partnered with my friend Marco, and like we have almost over 100 kids that are part of this thing.
I did not know that, man.
Yeah,
wow.
That's freaking cool.
Does it have a name?
Future FC.
Future FC.
Yeah.
What's the FC stand for?
Football Club.
Oh, okay. Future Football Club. That's cool. FFC.
The number of people that play soccer that probably are listening to this, just heard you ask what the hell FC was. Really, you couldn't figure that one out on your own.
I'm sorry.
How long have you lived in California? football club. I'm
well-
sorry. I'm teasing. I like teasing them. Dude,
Soccer-
we should get you back on here and talk more about that as well. That's
Anytime,
flipping cool.
man.
I had no clue.
If you want to
doing that.
really dive into that soccer world like that,
Yeah.
that's really like, to me, it's all about family, and it's
Yeah.
all about just being there to help
Yeah.
guide your family, you know? And so it's just really cool because all my boys play
Yeah.
just every day. We go all the time.
They
and
they
it's just-
owned a soccer club at one point here in town.
Was it called? You did?
No, they did. His dad.
Oh.
Dad was part of that.
Oh, okay.
At one point, we had 78 teams.
Yeah.
Wow. 78 teams?
Yeah.
Soccer's a huge part of this kid's life, dude. Again, I'm stoked to have you on here. I'm
That's
so
a whole other
freaking
thing. Like,
fortunate.
because if you've never watched anybody play soccer and you just feel like you want to go watch a good little quick match, go to the Sportsplex right here on Ming Avenue, and you watch these guys play, and it's really interesting. Like these, so it's big. But what's cool is you
Where's
can
that
actually,
at?
you can rent it out too. So if you're just like, all right, I want to go play a little bit of. They have tennis right there. It was where the Laurel Glen tennis courts.
Okay, all right, all right.
Like
all right.
everyone loves that spot.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And
They've
it's a
got
great
soccer in there.
It's literally like 6 turf fields. And then what they're doing is they put tennis courts up, but they immediately said, "Oh, dude, no." Because we were like, "No, put pickleball."
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
they have 2 big tennis courts that they're going to put pickleball in now. So that's where I was like, "You guys need to do
Dude,
pickleball."
all
and
right.
so that's probably when you might catch them. I don't know if you guys play pickleball.
No, I've
I
never. I've not
refuse
done
to
that.
play pickleball.
Why do you refuse that?
Well, number one, I don't like tennis. But 2, pickleball just seems like a cop-out to not being able to play tennis. But I hear it's fun. It's like badminton, tennis put together, I believe.
It's exercise. That's what it equates to.
I don't
John.
like
It's healthy. It's exercise.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Steven, we're taking a water break. Hold on.
Water break.
All right, we got to wrap this up. How long?
Okay,
has this been?
so I really did think
Oh my God! I thought, dude, this has been a great fucking conversation. Oh, Steven's still listening. Yeah. Oh my God.
I
No,
think
this has been great, man.
Yeah, but I think the whole pickleball community is going to be pissed at me.
Well, if David,
I
Bruss
hope they're
hears
not
about
listening.
this.
I hope they're not
All right,
listening.
Steven, that was all. We don't talk about David Bruss and pickleball. And action. This is fun.
Does that really work?
No.
Wait, does he like tee you up? Hold on. Does the editor like tee you up? Like, it's just like,
Steven,
Say
I
this.
do this because I know you just love hearing it. No, he does. Steven's pretty
Action.
cool. All right, now seriously back to action. Okay, Jordan. So again, anybody wants to get a hold of you, your company, 420 Kingdom. That's 420 kingdom.com. The phone number 661-777-KING, which if you don't have a rotary phone, 5464. And I highly encourage to you guys check them out. Call them if you want to learn a little bit about them without making a phone call at this point. Your Instagram is what?
420 Kingdom spelled with all letters. At 420 Kingdom spelled with just only letters.
Okay. At 420 Kingdom, only letters, no numbers. Facebook, they can just jump in there and put 420 Kingdom. You guys pop up.
Yeah, but we're not really on Facebook.
All right. Instagram's the place to go. All right. Very cool. Dude. Yeah. Proud of you, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Kick ass, man. Thanks.
It's good to get to know you.
Yeah, John, glad you got to sit in on this podcast.
I learned so much.
Yeah, this is
It
cool.
was enlightening.
All right. Anyways,
Thank you.
that's it. Thanks. Bye.
This show has been brought to you by the Law Office of Kyle Jones, Troy Burton with the Lynn Company, CPA John Duffield, Scott Hansen Real Estate Lender, broker and investor, Dave Plivelich, President and CEO of the Marcom Group and MarcomBranding.com, and Amanda DiGiacomo, President of Atlas Financial Solutions. You've been listening to the Our 2 Cents podcast. Check out the show notes for links and more information about the show. Also visit our website at our2centspodcast.com or catch us on Instagram at Our 2 Cents Podcasts. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share with others.